You, how are you all doing today? Good, I hope. Now, these are my doors, as you can see. I've got the rebate that I have put into them on the spindle moulder, and I've got the stub part here, and I've got to take out that corner to end up looking like that. So just a quick little bit of information there. I've put the limits on it there with the just drawn straight lines across up and down. Now, when you're using a chisel on the vertical to relieve that particular corner there, I'm just going to flip my doors that way. I'm going to use the chisel in a fashion where the bevel is facing away from me in order to have vertical control and centre of gravity. Always hold the chisel low. Now, this is my technique for doing vertical work like this, but the chisel operates best and most efficiently in a vertical capacity like this. So in order to hold it down low, you're going to find it'll find its own centre of gravity, like being on a bicycle. One tap, no more. You can do two if you wish, but no more. You reverse the chisel there, and you keep away from the limit line. You can clean that up later on. Back down to this again. One tap, you're gone down. Take cuts of about 1 millimetre or more if you wish. Maybe two, coming forward and down. So the reason for the same amount of tapping on each stroke is because you'll get exactly the same depth as you go down. I'll return around here now, and I'll just reverse the chisel so I'm getting the vertical against the vertical against the vertical there. So that's what I have there. As you can see, I get the chisel then, and I'll just give a nice little tap here. You'll notice I'm holding the chisel on the bottom again there, and I can come back with the chisel here now. I can turn it upside down, and I'll just take a small amount, all control movements with the chisel so I don't break anything out. And you can see there's an increment gone down. Make sure you clean the bench so no chips go in underneath it. You go back and you repeat the process exactly the same again, so you can give it one forward stroke, reverse the chisel, keep it vertical. And the reason for reversing it is that the bevel on the chisel, when the stroke goes down, it pushes forward the previous chip, and you can't see it in my fingers there, it will break forward. So you're breaking the chips forward all the time, and that'll only occur if you keep the chisel vertically. That is the way a chisel is designed, to cut and break chips in a forward process like that. So I keep going like that and like that. Now, these are techniques that I was shown almost 50 years ago, and I'm still using them to this day. Why? Because I've never found a better way. Now, everybody else may do it differently, and that's perfectly acceptable. There's many ways to skin a cat, and why would you be skinning a cat as well? I've no idea. Anyway, so I give that lad a little chop there, and we'll just show you that now. I'm nearly clean again. So I'm nearly there, but the limits, the line, I can still see the line here and here. And in order to finish that, what I do is I get the chisel in a vertical capacity here, and I put my body weight over it, and I'll chisel that down there, nice and sweetly. I'll turn the door in this direction, just make sure I'm not going to impede myself here now, or knock anything off the bench. So I'll go back here, and I'll just do exactly the same thing again. I can use a bigger chisel here if I wish. So I'm just working back along there to get the nice clean finish. And that's my method of doing the corners. And when you do that, you'll end up with a corner cleaned like we have one done there earlier. So I hope that's useful to some of you. Action of a chisel when you're cleaning corners, how you hold it and how it operates. So, talk to Buggy, take it easy, slán go fóill. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.